All right, so today is January 9th, 2020, and I'm going to let the two guys that I'm interviewing today tell me a little bit about themselves.
I'm Blake Rybar, a linebacker, running back, class of 2020.
Efton Chism the third, receiver DB, class of 2020, going to Eastern Washington University.
All right. So when did you guys first start playing football? When did you guys first get interested in the sport?
I've been playing football since first grade. My parents kind of waited a year with kindergarten, but they're excited to get me into football. So I've been part of the Monroe feeder program ever since first grade, and so every year growing up, that's just what I've been doing every year.
I didn't start playing football until 8th grade, so my parents didn't let me play because my uncle didn't play till he was in 8th grade, and he played in the NFL, and so that's kind of like my dad's best friend. So we kind of just they just didn't want me to do that because that's what he did. So they wanted me to stay safe as long as I could. So
Now, you already mentioned it, but did you guys have a family who played football before you?
My dad did. Yeah, he grew up. My dad and my grandpa did. It was our family tradition. We always played football, but I think my dad was really excited to get out there, and he was the coach for me ever since my first time playing. So I think he was excited to go out there and coach me.
my dad also played high school football, but nothing past that.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Now, you guys broke in 2016 as your freshman year. Tell me a little bit about your first season at Monroe High.
First season I was really excited. I mean, it was coming in, stepping up to being a high schooler, that was just crazy. And then immediately jumping into the Bearcat family, it was just crazy getting to meet, these just monsters that were there that were keeping up the Monroe tradition and just saying, wow, I want to be just like these dudes. Work hard in the off season. I want to be just like that. And they were good teams. We had a lot to live up to growing up. We had to be that class. So it was really cool having them lay the foundation for us.
Yeah, it was definitely awesome because all the seniors my freshman year and even the juniors they didn't push anyone away. They accepted you and they brought you in under their wing. They really just showed you the path to success to help the Monroe team. So
Were there any upperclassmen like juniors and seniors that you really looked up to your first season?
absolutely,
Oh yeah,
I would
definitely.
say Zach and JJ are the two biggest my freshman year.
Yeah, for me, for offense, I had J.J. Jerome and then Isaiah Lewis for running backs that were before me, so just amazing stud running backs before me. And then defensively, Ricky Baker. I love that dude. He's
Stud.
an idol. He's a stud. I really looked up to him, and he helped me learn so much, and just become so much of a smarter defensive player.
Now, you guys both double up as offensive and defensive players. Was that did you guys want to do that, or was it kind of just a necessity for the team?
I would say probably. I never thought about not playing both sides.
Yeah,
It was kind of
Yeah, for me growing up, that's always just what it was. It was always we doing both ways because it's what we had to do. Just gotta go where the ball goes. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
And so the 2017 season, that's the big one. Tell me a little bit about that season for you guys. I know you guys, were on that team and you guys had played a part in the success.
It was awesome. I really felt like everyone on that whole team, that was a brotherhood, and that was a close bond. Probably some of my best friends are in that grade, in that class, and those are probably my biggest role models besides Coach Bump and my uncle. But those guys were a huge part in me stepping up and becoming the football player I am.
No, yeah, just getting to see that atmosphere, just seeing what it is to be a Monroe Bearcat, and just feeling going to the playoffs and just feeling everything that what it meant, how much it meant to the seniors, and how much they've been working up to it. Just was awesome.
How important would you say the winning tradition was those first couple of seasons? Because the first couple of seasons you're there, you guys are in the playoffs. How important was that for you guys growing up, as players?
I feel like it was huge, cause especially not the 2018, when we kind of our struggle year.
Yeah.
You could definitely tell people were it's not the same Bearcats and all this, but we were trying to just put that behind us. So definitely the playoffs and all the winning and stuff that definitely played a part in Monroe, because Monroe's a winning program. So
It was definitely building that name. We wanted it to be oh, so in 2 weeks we're playing the Monroe Bearcats. Oh no, we got to get ready for that now. We wanted to be a team that people are just they got to be worried about playing us. So that's kind of just the atmosphere we wanted.
Yeah. So now we get to the 2018 season, and there's a lot of seniors who are leaving, and you guys are the stars of the show now. Can you tell me a little bit about what that season was early on, and kind of your expectations that year?
I would say it was kind of like it was kind of frustrating because we didn't have those seniors, the big senior captain leaders and the senior class really setting the example. So we had to come out of our comfort zone and become those leaders a year earlier. But I don't think it really played a big part, and I felt like we did fine just stepping up like
Definitely.
that.
Yeah, no, I was ready to step up and take charge for the team and everything. And I was looking forward to it. I mean, the seniors that were before us, they got us really prepared. And so our junior year, I was ready to go. I wanted to kind of take the reins and start leading this team early on.
Now, the season ended up being a difficult one. People got banged up, and it was just a difficult season. But how would you say that helped you guys for the next season? And what kind of lessons did you learn from adversity and struggle?
I would definitely say it helped us through. Well, the Eastlake game, the Woodinville game. Even though we didn't win that, there's so many games that from the year before, the experience of we didn't. I don't think every single person on our team besides one lineman, I think, it wasn't their first game starting. So we all had we all knew what varsity football was like. So it wasn't a big jump from not playing varsity to playing varsity and all that. So
yeah, I think that was just a great building year for us because for me being a running back, my entire O line, it was their first time really playing a lot of varsity ball, and so that's making that jump is completely different. So that whole year was just amazing for them, really learning it and just getting a feel and just getting stronger through the off season and just becoming the dominant force that they became.
Now, the next year, 2019, you guys come in with a chip on your shoulders, and it's your guys' senior year. What did it mean to you to have a successful 2019 season and to really get Bearcat football back on track?
Yeah, that was just our last year. It was our last year being a Bearcat. That always means something. We saw it from all the seniors, and you always hear it saying, oh, senior year comes fast. You guys better, live it up while you can. And you just being a freshman, sophomore, you're junior, you're oh, it's taking forever. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Then all of a sudden, hey, we got 1 week until it's our first practice of senior year. It's that's crazy. So then we want to go out and bang. So that first Eastlake game, I love that game. That really just set a statement of who we were this year and how much of a different team we were from last year.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like we came in and we knew that we had to flip a switch from the year before, and we had to change things. We were trying to get on the Monroe Bearcat, the road again, because we got bumped off a little bit, but it's definitely kind of crazy. We're not going to be able to put on orange and black anymore. It's kind of wild, but
yeah. So the first 3 games, you got Eastlake, Woodinville, Lake Stevens. It's murderers road teams, and you guys go 1-2. What are your thoughts? After you go 1-2, start. Did you guys get down at all?
I felt like as a team it kept us up there because besides we played with the first 2 in the Lake Stevens game, we just decided not to show up that game. But I felt like playing those 3 games definitely helped us in the long run become help us fight through adversity, not even just in football, as in life that'll help you out.
You said it really good. It's just by far we had the hardest preseason and then any other team in the state. So that was just really good for us, just going against the best that we could go against. So then going against that hard schedule in the beginning, then the rest is kind of a coast, and then playoff time's coming in, and then we know exactly what that's like. So it was really cool.
So you can end the first 3 games against really good teams, and then you're playing the rest of the West Coast slate. What was your mentality going through kind of just easier competition, but still wanting to be, the best that you can be, taking every week seriously?
I would say probably treat every game like state championship game. They're all the same. We're out there just trying to we don't just want to beat teams. We want to just destroy them, put up points, takeaways, everything.
Definitely. Yeah, no, it's Bearcat football every single snap, every single game. Nothing should change. We come out there, do what we do, and we score 40 points in the first quarter. All right, looks like we don't got to play much in the second half. But we would go out there and we just play Bearcat football.
Yeah. So now we get to Glacier Peak, and Glacier Peak, it's getting up there. It's like kind of an important game. There's some good competition there, but the game's on TV this time.
Yep.
Tell me about that game and being on TV.
I would say it's probably like a once in a lifetime experience for a lot of kids,
Mm-hmm.
especially get to play on root sports. Like,
That's something crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, no, just getting the whole atmosphere, the TV, like cameras. We were having our pregame dinner with everyone, and all of a sudden there's a cameraman. Like I'm just about to pick up a burger, take a bite out of it. There's a cameraman with right here putting the camera in my face. I'm like, but no, I thought it was awesome. I mean, it was pretty cool. Also having some TV timeouts. That's just a little extra break. You don't get those. So I thought it was really really cool. And then plus our defensive coordinator was Zach Nelson, came over from Glacier Peak. So we really wanted to take that game for him. So we're looking forward to it.
Yeah. And then I guess you guys were both on the team for the 2017 Mount Si game. What was the mentality going into that game against the team? Thinking about past memories and that kind of stuff. And you guys are in the playoffs again, or you're getting there.
We beat them twice, so we knew that coming back that they wanted like revenge. They wanted to come and get some. So going into that game, we were really. I liked our game plan, but when the game came and like after the first two drives, we had three of our starting D linemen get hurt, including Brandon Rodriguez, he was leading the state in sacks. So losing him really really sucked.
yeah. I felt like we knew that they definitely wanted to get revenge, but we just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just late in the season, injuries just kind of took over at the end. That's what the name of the game is. Whoever can stay healthiest the longest.
Yeah, that's true. Now, how successful would you feel your senior season was? Like, did you feel like you left on good terms, leaving Monroe High School as a Bearcat for the football team?
Personally, I felt like no, because I felt like we left a lot of stuff. Like we definitely could have won, could have went farther, and like kind of feel like not disappointed, but like kind of disappointed. Like we kind of like let
what it could have been.
Yeah,
it's always
exactly.
just the what ifs, and especially we always wanted to go and get that league title and like take it away from Lake Stevens, which that's always been the goal since freshman year, but unfortunately it didn't happen. So that always sucks, that especially since like we're dropping down to 3A next year too. So it's like they won't get a play for that title again for a while. So that's kind of crazy. Just some things that might not get again.
Yeah. Now, you brought it up a little bit, but tell me about the Lake Stevens rivalry for you guys and what it's been for you guys, and kind of your memories of those games, little stories.
I remember in 8th grade, we were watching the game. We were up, I don't know what the score was. I know we were up 14 points when Jacob Easton was still there, and he was the quarterback. And I was standing on like the fence watching. And I remember something happened. They like threw glitter or something at the locker room, and then it was just so many little things happened between us and Lake Stevens that it just started. Like I know like parents of older people who went to Monroe, Lake Stevens has always been their biggest rival.
That's the part that's really cool to me. Cool, I guess, is a good word, but it's not even like kind of just like the high schoolers that have the rivalry. The rivalry just runs through the veins of Monroe. Like it's been here forever. Like we were just looking at the history through Monroe, and I did a project in school with Mr. Darrell of like the history from Monroe versus Lake Stevens rivalry and how it just dates back to so long ago, and how like just the power shifts from team to team every couple years. And I've played them since like first grade in Lake Stevens, and they've always just had like one really really good team, and they just have numbers, and so we've always kind of just hated that about them. So that rivalry has just always been a thing, and then it gets on the field, and then there's just every little thing that just gets involved, and people yelling, fans fighting. It's everywhere. It's a lot about it.
Did you guys have any personal experiences with the rivalry? Little things.
I left the locker room before everything like happened my freshman year. So I didn't like witness anything that happened, but
We got the after effect.
Yeah, we definitely did run.
Yeah,
a lot. That was
we were going to the
was
film
tough.
session the next day, and I didn't even know what happened. All of a sudden, I show up there, and then everyone's pissed. Like, everyone's freaking out. I'm like, what's going on, guys? And then we just ran.
I think we do run. I think we ran like 500 down and backs.
Yeah,
And
something
probably like
that.
500 push-ups too.
Oh no.
Like suicides too, and he just
crazy.
had us run, and coach was just standing in the corners looking at us, and it sucked. And then what happened? They took accountability, but yeah, it was a lot. But I didn't even know like what happened. Well, in their defense, I mean, Lake Stevens, like they didn't clean up from the girls' senior night for soccer the night before, so we walk in, there's streamers everywhere. Go Lake Stevens, and so and especially on those types of games, it struck a couple nerves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you guys, obviously you're graduating soon. What's your favorite game that you ever played? What's the game that you're leaving high school with that you're just like, that was my game. That was the game that I owned.
I would say my favorite game to be a part of was either the Eastlake game this year or the Mount Side game my sophomore year. Because the Mount Side game we were down with like 2 minutes left, and we stripped the ball and we somehow won. It was just
crazy.
wild. So those are my two favorite, I would say.
For me, I'd say the Eastlake game this year. Like that was just a great way to come off, start the season off. I think I rushed for 5 touchdowns, and then just defensively, just making stop after stop. And I just remember everyone just fighting and screaming, like, this is our game. We're not going to let this go. And it was just awesome how we all came together after that one to really pull it out.
Yeah.
How would you say being on the offense and the defense made you a better player? Did it help you?
I would say it helped me like on defense because I know
Yeah, definitely.
like how receivers run their routes because I run them, and like where the quarterback's looking first depending on like the routes and stuff, because you can like as you're backpedaling you can see all that happening in front of you. So I feel like offensively it helped me a lot on defense.
Yeah, I think it's definitely like two sides of a coin. For like me at running back, I'm running and I'm like reading my blocks and trying to see where the hole opens up at, and then linebacker it's the exact opposite, but kind of the same. Like you're trying to see where that hole's opening up so you can go fill it and meet the running back at the same spot. So it helps you just become like a better athlete and just kind of know what's going on around the field, just to become a better, smarter, faster player.
Tell me about the coaching staff. Coach Bump, Coach Darrow. How have they impacted you guys? Especially you, Efton. You're a wide receiver, and Coach Bump obviously. He's been a wide receiver. So tell me about the coaching staff for you guys.
I definitely love every single one of them, especially Coach Bump. He's probably my biggest role model that I look up to. He's a father figure to me. That guy's really took me under his wing. Like without him, I definitely wouldn't be the receiver I am today, or the man. Like he teaches you so many lessons, and he's just a great guy. Love that guy.
No, I love our coaching staff has been just amazing and studly for us growing up, just taking care of all of us and teaching us how to be like good football players. Like Coach Darrow, I mean, he's the smartest coach I've ever seen. Like because I've like grown up with my offensive line the entire time, like growing up through youth, and he just made them into studs. Like it's just crazy to see like what he's done with them, and it's just insane. I love him. Everyone. And Coach Nelson, too, on defense, he just came in, and he just shocked me the very first day I met him. He learned everyone's name the first day. Like, he's a teacher at Glacier Peak, and all of a sudden, after the workout, he's like, hey, Blake, hey. And he's just saying hi to everyone. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, it's amazing. They're great guys.
Yeah.
So you guys are graduating in June. What are your plans going forward, the next year?
Well, I'm going to Eastern, playing football. I'm going to go over there pretty early, start working out with the team and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do for school yet, like major-wise, but...
Yeah, for me, I'm still looking into which school I'm looking to go to. I have a couple offers pending, but still deciding on which one I want the best. And then I'm kind of the same way with what I want to study. I think I want to go into sales and maybe go into like pharmaceutical sales in the future and go with that route.
What has being a Bearcat meant to you now that you're on the cusp of, like, it's coming? I'm telling you guys, it's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
I would say it's probably, like, meant a lot, like, almost everything, because like I feel like our school is just so different than any other school. Like being a Bearcats, like a community thing. Like everyone knows you, everyone loves you. Like ups and downs are always going to be with you. Like a Bearcat's like you're always a Bearcat. You're never going to be like looked down on upon anyone if you're a Bearcat.
Yeah, definitely. I think this community is just always a community that builds you up. Like they've never been anyone like, oh, they made this mistake. Oh, these guys aren't any good. Like they're always there for you. I mean, they're always representing for us, our student section, our fans. Like everyone, they come out and they represent us, and we just do what we can for them. And we really, we bleed orange, and we are M-Town. That means something, and people know that.
All right, well, I'm good on my questions, but I want to thank you guys for coming out. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
us.
appreciate it.